Okay, so a bunch of NXT call-ups got their names changed recently, and it gave me the idea to make this video. Here's my theory, pun intended, on WWE name changes and why fans think it's stupid. There are three types of name changes I want to talk about. First or last name removal, a complete name change, and a gimmick change. Alright, so let's start with the first example. According to Dave Meltzer, Vince McMahon hated his own name. So for those of you who didn't know, Vince McMahon is a junior. So he started taking the junior off of anyone who had it in their name, like Angel Garza and Rey Mysterio, for example. With that being said, Vince also mentioned that he took away the first names from Antonio Cesaro and Alexander Rusev because he didn't want anyone calling them Tony or Alex, which is pretty fair. I mean, Tony's a pretty fucking stupid name for a heel, right? Oh, oops. It sucks for wrestlers with flashier names though, like Shotzi Blackheart, but in my opinion, this isn't a big deal to me. I mean, Goldberg was called Goldberg in WCW for a reason. He wasn't called Bill Goldberg. Goldberg sounded more mighty. And speaking of which, I'm surprised he hasn't done the same for Bobby Lashley, but anyways. Second example, a complete name change. Now we're getting into the more annoying territory, and I just want to say this. We as fans of WWE are tired of being treated like dumbasses. Changing someone's name a week after they competed under another name without any explanation is frustrating to say the least. We don't want our intelligence insulted, and this is amplified when a name change wasn't even needed in the first place, you know what I'm saying? Raquel Gonzalez is now Raquel Rodriguez. For what? Because the name rolls off the tongue? I know there's a point to be made about copyrighting the wrestlers' names for their profit, but it seems so damn unnecessary in the grand scheme of things. By the way, Dolph Ziggler is the worst fucking name in WWE history. I know it's been a while, so we got used to it, but think about it. Dolph Ziggler. Just let that sink in, dog. That shit was terrible. Another example of a complete name change is a wrestler coming in from another company into the WWE system, and WWE changing their names to copyright and make profit off of their name, as mentioned before. Tyler Black into Seth Rollins, Sid Vicious into Sid Justice, Bryan Danielson into Daniel Bryan, for example. Someone who's prominently had his name changed a bunch of different fucking times would be Sean Waltman, aka Six-Pac, aka Six, aka X-Pac, and so on and so forth. Alright, and real quick, let's get into the last point, the gimmick change. I feel like the most common and most justified form of this is the King and Queen moniker, given to someone after they've won the King of the Ring tournament. King Booker, King Woods, King Mabel. Yo, I just realized there were 3 black kings in the WWE. That's pretty dope.
Alright.
Queen Zelina, cool. You get the point. Remember Jesse and Festus? Alright, well this is gonna be a good and the bad of gimmick changes. Festus, or Luke Gallows, probably had the best gimmick change explanations in wrestling history. The story was he was strung out on drugs, so after he got clean and sober, he joined CM Punk and went by his real name, Luke Gallows. But wait, if he was strung out on drugs, then how was he wrestling under WWE's wellness policy? Was Jesse an enabler? I'm just fucking around. But anyways, yeah, good example of how name change can actually further a storyline and gimmick. Slam Master J. What the fuck was this? Jesse was turned into a rapper named Slam Master J, and yeah, you get the point.
I got the picture.
So there's a lot of examples I could go for, weird and unnecessary name changes, but the point I'm trying to make is that we, the fans, don't like to be treated like we're stupid. If Jerry Jones renamed the Dallas Cowboys the 10-gallon hats with no explanation, the next week people would question it. People would be upset. Insulting people's intelligence over what somebody called one week to the next is just lame. But anyways, follow the podcast, make sure to comment, then like, then subscribe. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and now Twitter. That's all I got, so stick a fork in it. We done.
You are now listening to Digital Suplex Radio.